Hello, it's been a while. So let me begin by saying that I hope you're keeping well and thank you for taking the time to open our email. You may be wondering why you've received it, so let me explain. Above all, the White House prides itself on its exemplary patient care. Part of this is ensuring that our loyal and in many cases long-standing patients have access to the care they need when they need it. So that we can accommodate appointments in a timely manner, it's really important that our patient lists stay up to date. There's a form you can access via the link in the description below, which will help us know who is or isn't still a patient of ours. It may be that you found a new dentist, or it could be as simple as forgetting to rebook a cancelled appointment. Whatever the case, we would love to see you again. So if you're planning to remain as a patient with us, please do read through the brief message in the email and keep watching as Duncan introduces our new dentist, Grug.
So thank you for joining us, everybody. And what we'd really like to do today, what I'd like to do today, is introduce my colleague, Grug.
Hi.
Grug is new to us at the practice and been with us now for how long?
8 months.
8 months.
Yeah.
And we've been very, very lucky in Grug joining us. She's taken over the reins from Hassan, who was with us for about 8 years. And yeah, so Grug, tell us a bit about yourself.
So, my name's Grug, which is quite an unusual name. It's Welsh for Heather. Some patients do choose to call me Heather, which I don't mind. But yeah, it's Grug. And I'm from a small town in southwest Wales called Llanelli. I speak Welsh, I'm fluent in Welsh. And I went to university in Sheffield. So I've been down south and I've been up north. And then I came down to London.
So Grug, what actually sort of, if you like, took you from Sheffield down to London, having grown up in Wales?
I always wanted to challenge myself. So I went up north away from home and I decided that I wanted a bigger city. So I wanted to come down. I've always wanted to live in London. So that's what the initial attraction was. Like the 15-year-old me would really wanted to come down and live in London. So after qualifying, I came down to London and then I've just slowly moved out to Surrey, which I also really love.
What for me has been fascinating, really interesting and really useful, is seeing your take, which is undoubtedly more recent than mine, on the way dentistry is carried out. It's been fascinating over the last just 8 months, getting some little tips on a slightly different way of thinking and what have you, that obviously been taught more recently in the dental schools.
That is the beauty of moving down to London and these areas, is that you get incredible training, you get incredible courses, and you can really, in this private practice environment, you can really put what you've learned into practice, essentially. And that's the beauty of it, really, the amount I've learned since qualifying and then coming to a practice like this. It's really great to see what you've learned and put it into practice and seeing really great results, which I really, and again with yourself, learning from you has been really eye-opening, and you've opened up how I look at dentistry, how I think about dentistry, and it's given me another string to my bow.
Your bang up to date knowledge, our experience, and obviously we're very lucky here that London is only a hop, skip and a jump on the train, so courses are really readily accessible. Undoubtedly, whether I'm on holiday or I'm just not in one day, a number of you will find yourselves seeing this young lady, and we've just been absolutely delighted. We really have, because it wasn't easy finding someone of your calibre, to be honest.
Thank you.
And we've been really chuffed in having someone so talented, and I suppose essentially a sort of old head on young shoulders.
Oh, thank you. I'll
Nice.
take that. Yeah.
Apart from being here in these walls, what happens in your life?
I'm quite a sociable person, I would say. So I tend to go and see my friends a lot, go out for dinner. I really enjoy travelling. I like to see as much of the world as possible. I would say my favourite thing is my Peloton. I love to exercise and I love to go walking, and I think it's really important to keep yourself active and fit and healthy, because especially in a job where you're constantly thinking and you need to be on the top of your game, I think when you have that like fitness release, it really helps keep you in check, like with your mental health and
No,
things
I
like
think
that.
I think you're absolutely right. I think it's something, if you're not careful in a job like this,
Yeah.
you do get really bogged down with it being so intensive.
Yeah.
I always think we're incredibly fortunate that we have the most delightful set of patients.
Yes.
I find coming to work every day, no matter how difficult a job technically may be, the acceptance, the response we get from our patients just makes all the difference.
It really warms your heart, I would say. It really does.
No, absolutely, and I think it's a two-way thing. I think I'm always saying to sort of yourselves, of course, patients don't expect you to be the best dentist in the world, but they have a right to and do expect you to do your best for them. And that's a real privilege, I always find, the levels of trust that our patients have in us. I always feel incredibly privileged to be on the receiving end of that. I really do.
I would say for myself, I think I would pride myself in I always put the patient first, and I want what's best for the patient, and I will do my best for the patient. If you go into this kind of profession with that attitude, then you can't go far wrong.
No, you
Because
can't, because
yeah.
there will always times you find yourself out of your depth. We all do. You can come to me, and if I find myself out of my depth, of course, they're specialists, whether it's in the field of oral surgery or orthodontics. When it's beyond one's capability, it's a case of I know a man or woman who does know more. The other thing that happens is that the way we share information about patients, I mean, whether it's just at lunchtime, whether it's the end of the day, or once a week we have a more formal get together and discuss the nuances of cases, because there are things that come up which, because I'm old and grey, I do know a little bit more, and I can impart that on you, and it's sharing that information, sharing those experiences. I think it's core to dentistry.
Definitely.
That's good, solid science almost, really. It really is.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah. We've been incredibly lucky in Grug joining us. We're getting there. We're honing you down. Not weighing you down, honing you down. And as I say, I'd just like to reiterate a great big warm welcome.
Thank you.
Because we're all incredibly fortunate and happy to have you joining us, and everything's going really well. And as I say, I'm always on hand, so as I say, for any patients on my side of the practice who find yourself seeing Grug, you can be sure that we'll have had a little bit of a conflab first of all. Grug will know what's going on, and if there are any things which are especially out of your sort of envelope of expertise, well, I'm always on hand.
And I just want to say thank you so much as well, because it has been a pleasure joining at Whitehouse. I've really found my love for dentistry.
Oh, brilliant.
And
Brilliant.
I love coming to work, and I love meeting all the new patients, and everyone has been so welcoming, and I'm just enjoying coming to work and my time here. So
That's super.
I want to say thank you to
no,
you
I
too.
think you've got a fantastic future here. I really do. So thank you very much indeed. And thank you for listening.
Thank
you,
you.
everybody.
Bye.